Last but not least, I give the floor to Her Excellency, the High Representative for Foreign Affairs and Security Policy of the European Union, Ms. Mogherini.
Vice President, let me thank you for the invitation and also the organization of this important summit. This is also a major element of our shared European and global counterterrorism efforts. But let me also thank you and President Obama and the United States of America for making it very clear throughout your mandate that this is a fight for all of us together, that this is not a fight of the West against the rest, that this is something either we do together or we don't do at all. And I believe this is the strongest, most powerful message that comes out of this global alliance. It's not a clash of civilization. And the most powerful instrument we have is to explain and to remember and to partner with our Muslim friends, which are the first victims of this terrorism. Only by recognizing this, we can hope to win this battle, not only to fight terrorism, but also to win this fight. Fight against violent extremism goes well beyond our current struggle against Daesh. Obviously, this is the most urgent issue we recognize, but it's not the only one. On Daesh, we support the efforts by the global coalition, including military action in accordance with international law. But we all know that military action against Daesh is crucial, but will not be sufficient, neither in Syria nor elsewhere. Political transition in Syria, inclusive political governance in Iraq, the formation of a national unity government in Libya, but even the success of the Afghan unity government are all key parts, components of our strategy, of our fight. As it is crucial to strengthen democracies and human rights to make our societies and our states more resilient. We need to understand the reasons for the group success and to tackle them. If we don't, our victory might happen, but will be fragile. Terrorist groups prosper in times of regional conflicts and civil strife. The most urgent action against Daesh and other groups is political. This is where we are together. The moment has come for regional and international actors to put aside their rivalries and look for viable compromises. Compromise is a tricky word. It can mean very little, but it can mean a solution. And this is what we have to work on, a solution, a political solution. Nothing is more scary to Daesh than cooperation. Cooperation between Sunni and Shia, or between Muslim and non-Muslim countries or societies. And the deal we reached with Iran might open new perspectives and new opportunities on this side. But let us not forget of a much older conflict that is sometimes used as a route for radicalizing the youth of the world, not only of the region. Moving forward, the Middle East peace process would diffuse one of the most powerful radicalizing factors in the whole region and beyond. The story of the Middle East is one of coexistence among different faiths and ethnicities. The region's DNA is made of diversity, and on this, Europe and the Middle East are on the same page. Daesh has nothing to do with the traditions of Islam in Syria or in Libya. But in the past years and in the past decades, too many actors have promoted sectarianism as a weapon in their struggle for power on the regional level. We badly need to reverse this trend, and our partnership is the way to do it. In concrete terms, the European Union has been responding actively to the increased threat of terrorism after recent attacks, and my Danish colleague just gave very good examples about that, working both on the internal and the external side in an integrated way. On the external side, in particular, we intensified our counter-terrorist cooperation with countries in the Middle East, in North Africa, in the Gulf, without forgetting the other regions of the world, and many of them are sitting around the tables here. We have strengthened our commitment on the field, in particular on enhancing capacity building, addressing foreign terrorist fighters, law enforcement, border management, aviation security, very important, countering terrorist financing and violent extremism. But as we already said, The fight to counter terrorism and violent extremism is a major security and political challenge as much as it is a cultural one. State actors are a key player in that, are a key partner in that. Religious authorities can be our greatest ally. No one spoke more persuasively against Daesh than the Grand Imam of Al-Azhar, who denounced the group's misleading use of religion as a danger to Islam. We need the whole civil society to be mobilized along these lines. But for this to happen, we have to make sure civil society enjoys enough liberty and is free to express itself. We must together reject the idea that repressive states are better positioned to fight terrorism. Secretary General Ban Ki-moon said it very clearly. Curbing freedoms may create an illusion of stability in the short term, but things may seem calm on the surface. But the denial of free expression is ultimately a breeding ground for extremist ideologies. So it's inclusion and not repression that makes our states and societies resilient and strong. And it's inclusion and not repression that will defeat radicalization. And this is true in our Western world as well. Our youth, also in Europe, deserves to find their place in societies, in communities. They deserve to be listened, they deserve to have good job opportunities after they have good education. This is the most powerful message we got after yesterday's Youth Summit. So let us keep this in mind when we discuss how to counter violent extremism. These are values that terrorists fear, and through these values, turning them into action in a concrete, coherent and consistent way, also in our own societies, we will manage not only to fight but also to win the fight. Thank you.
Thank you.